guys. So I would like to start my speech with a trivia question. And whoever answers it first correctly will get a prize at the end of the speech. So, if an average man lives up to 70 years old, what fraction of his life is spent on sleeping? Yes.
1/3.
Yes, a third, that's correct. So on average, we spend a third of our lives solely on sleeping. So in this case, this man spends around 23 years just sleeping throughout his lifetime, and that is like longer than most of us have lived. So my topic today is about sleeping, and I want to inform you guys about the stages of sleep, and then the sleep cycle, and a little bit about good sleeping habits. So the different stages of sleep. This graph shows the brainwave activity in our brainwave activities when we are sleeping. So the stage one of it is the transition between waking up and then falling asleep. And then it is like when you feel drowsy and you close your eyes for 5 to 10 minutes until you fall asleep. And then we go into the stage two of sleep, which is called light sleep. And we see the two boxes here, which are called the sleep spindles and the K complex. So research was done at UC Berkeley, and it showed that these two aid in our ability to learn new tasks and retain our information into our long-term memory. And then it goes on to stage 3 and 4, which is referred to as deep sleep. And during this time, we are not easily awakened by things going around outside our environment. And notice that the brainwave starts to slow down a bit and like very long and slow. And this is the part where our body restores itself. It repairs our muscles and tissues, and it boosts our immune system, and it stimulates growth and development. And lastly, the last stage of sleeping cycle is the REM, which is the rapid eye movement, and it's where our eyes continually move back and forth when we're sleeping. And this is also the stage when most dreaming occurs. And it's interesting to see that the brain waves during this time is very similar to the very top, which is when we are awake and alert. So it just shows that all of our bodies, functions in our bodies are very active during this time, except the muscles. The muscles during this time is actually paralyzed, and it's a process called atonia. And this is like a self-defense mechanism to prevent us from actually acting out our dreams in real life when we're sleeping, because sometimes that would turn out really bad. Okay, so this is another graph, and it just shows the different sleep stages we go through when we're sleeping. And notice that it looks like a city skyline, so it's referred to as sleep architecture. So how you read this is you measure the length horizontally between the respective sleep stages. So in here, this thing, 2 hours and around 2 hours and 2.5 hours after falling asleep, we'll be in N3 stage, which is the deep sleep stage. And notice that one sleep cycle occurs around 1 hour and 30 minutes, so which is like around 90 minutes, and it repeats 2, 3, 4 times. And also notice that the REM, the yellow boxes, it gets longer as we go into sleep longer. Right? Okay, so some good habits to sleep is the acronym TOAD and CHESS. And TOAD is turn off all devices. So this means TV, lights, laptops, and especially your smartphones. And this is because the artificial light from these electronic devices, it signals our brains so that it signals our brain to tell us that it is still morning and we need to stay alert. And then another thing is CHESS, which is consistent hours enabled sleeping schedule. That sounds like a mouthful, but basically what it means is you should commit to sleep and wake up at the same time every day, because our bodies have this internal biological clock that regulates when we feel tired and when we are alert. So keeping up with a consistent sleeping schedule adjusts our body so that we'll feel sleepy by the time we're about to sleep and fresh and awake the next morning when we wake up. So this is the simplified cartoon version of what I just talked about. And yes, thank you guys for listening to me, and I hope you all have a wonderful proceed to